Today is September 12th, 2012, and today was Apple's September conference, which they talked about the iPhone 5 and some new music iPod stuff. First off, I'll talk about the new phone. As a recap, we've got a 4-inch iPhone now, same width as the current iPhone, so you got the same width as the iPhone 4 and 4S, and everything before it, just it's taller. Which equals out to a 4-inch screen, which is half an inch bigger, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. The pricing is exactly the same, 16 to 64 gigs, $199 to $399. Comes in black or white. It is world's thinnest smartphone, coming in at 7.6 millimeters. So yeah, they kicked the Galaxy S3 to the side because that was, for a little while, the world's thinnest smartphone. It does support 4G LTE on AT&T, Sprint, and Verizon. And those of you overseas, you're equal, carriers. I know AT&T is probably overseas. Let me fix the hat there. Let's go over the display. It's a 4-inch Retina display, obviously. 1136 by 640 resolution at 326 ppi, which is the same pixels per inch as the iPhone 4 and 4S. So even though they made it bigger, it's still the same quality screen. Support for the display is built into the multi-touch layers, which makes the phone thinner, therefore making them be able to make it 7.6 millimeters. The camera is exactly the same as the iPhone 4S, except for it has a couple more f-stops, making it better in low light, and it has the ability to take pictures while recording video, and while recording video, it does face detection. So that is cool, and they had to make it thinner because of the thickness of the phone, going back to that, to be able to fit the same optics. So it is pretty impressive. There is a new dock connector called Lightning. Now, I don't know why they called it that, probably to go with Thunderbolt and make it make sense, but yeah, that's that. The headphone jack went to the bottom like I predicted. Mostly because for the arrangements of the parts in the inside, they needed to put the dock connector smaller and the headphone jack on the bottom. Speaking of headphones, they have Apple branded, obviously they're Apple branded, but they're called Apple EarPods, and they have better sound quality, and they come in a storage and travel case so that they don't get all tangled up like Apple headphones do. Battery life is improved, surprisingly, because it is compatible with 4G LTE, a quad-core processor, and all this bigger display. You would think we use more battery, but you can get 8 hours of talk time on 3G, 8 hours of talk time on LTE, so it's pretty much the same. 8 hours of internet use on LTE, 10 hours Wi-Fi, 10 hours of video playback, and 40 hours of music playback, so that's pretty impressive there. Obviously, it does everything the 4S did. AirPlay mirroring, all that stuff, which is cool. And with the new dock connector, there is an accessory that they sell for $29 that will go from the Lightning to 30 pin. So if you have older dock, like a iHome or something for your car, it will be compatible with that. Now, a lot of people are saying, is it worth it? I see it being worth it. I mean, sure, it's lighter, it's thinner. Every Apple product always goes that way. The display is better. It's faster. It finally has 4G LTE. The A6 chip is really impressive. They showed off a game that really looked like console quality graphics on a mobile phone, which is really impressive. Overall, I really love the design. Now, if you go even further into the design, it goes into iOS 6. Now, obviously, iOS 6 will be supported on older generation devices, going from 3GS all the way up to iPhone 5, and from iPad 2 and 3, and 4th generation iPod Touch. And that will support Passbook, all the new stuff with the App Store and iTunes that are redesigned, posting with Facebook and Twitter via Siri, and even if you don't have Siri, you can post to Facebook from Notification Center. A lot of new features that are not really that significant, but I wish they were there before, so it makes things easier. You only have to do a couple taps versus going into a whole bunch of menus and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know about the panorama feature, if that's only for the iPod Touch and the new iPod Touch and the iPhone 5. So that might be supported with this new iOS. I don't know. but the panorama feature looks amazing. It's pretty much what Sony did a couple years ago with dragging your camera across, and it fits the panorama together. Talking about the iPod Touch was also updated. It hasn't been updated in a very long time. With the iPod Touch, you get a 4-inch display as well. For the first time ever, they're doing colors because the iPod Touch never came in colors. It just was the standard black on the front, mirror kind of aluminum on the back. Now it comes in yellow, red, white, of course, blue, and slate, which is like a grayish black. 4-inch Retina display. It has the iPad 3's camera built in on the back, and it has a 720p FaceTime camera on the front. And they are touting this new wrist strap that actually goes in the back. So I think a lot of people have dropped their iPod when going to take a picture, so you'll save your iPod with a wrist strap. Obviously, it'll get all the features of iOS 6, and now has the dual-core A5 chip that the 4S had and the iPad 2 had. So the iPod Touch got a significant upgrade in terms of the software and the overall design of the iPod Touch. It looks more like the first generation iPod Touch with an anodized aluminum back and a 4-inch display. The iPod Nano also got a significant upgrade. It is like the little Square Touch 6th Gen, but it is much taller. It's like 3 of those stacked up together. It has its own home button, just like the iPhone. Looks like a mini iPhone if you really look at it. That also comes in a variety of colors: black, pink, turquoise, silver, green, yellow, and red. So that is very cool, all anodized aluminum. You can now play video again back on your iPod, which is cool because that was missing in the 6th Gen, and now you can watch video again. There is no video recording, however. It now has Bluetooth built in, which makes it very, very useful to stream it to like a car with Bluetooth in it, so you can just stream all your music with no wires. It also has the new Lightning connection port for charging and syncing. It also comes with the new EarPods, which are the new headphones, and it's just very much well designed compared to the older 6th Gen iPod. Now the Shuffle the only increase the Shuffle got was the color. Everything else is the same. It's 2 gigs for $49. It just comes in the same colors as the iPod Nano now. I wish it was 4 gigs. I'd get one for the car, but that still is pretty cool. Now, lastly, iTunes. I was not expecting iTunes to get any of an upgrade at all. Just maybe, a dot upgrade, 10.8 or 10.9 for the new devices, but as of October, they're redesigning the whole app. It is now going to match the new iOS 6 iTunes App Store, the iTunes Store, and the actual music and videos app. So now it has a totally different design than we've ever seen before in iTunes. It's much, much sleeker. It looks really, really good. It has a new mini player. It has instant recommendations on what music you have in your library. Instead of going to the store, you can get instant recommendations right within your library, which is really nice. And across all devices, it looks the same. So it has that similar, if you go on your iPhone, it looks the same. iPad and Mac or PC, it looks the same. It does iCloud syncing, so if you're watching a movie on here and you go back to your computer, it'll be at the exact same spot, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But I mean, I never really watch full-length movies on my phone, but it's still pretty cool. That will be rolled out in October, and that was touted as iTunes 11. It has a new library view, which just has all the covers, and it's really, really, really sleek. It's not like CoverFlow. It's just really, really nice. It's called the Expanded View, and that will be coming out in October for obviously Mac and PC. I don't know if XP will be supported. I would assume so, but it'll be 10.6 and above for that. So Snow Leopard and above, and I'm guessing XP and above for that. And just today was just a great keynote. It focused on making everything better. Rather than going with a whole new phone, whole new iPods, whole new iTunes, it just talks about making significant changes to what was already good and making things much better than they were. And not to say that things were bad, but just making things that they were. A couple things that surprised me is that about the design of the new iPhone. You can either get it in white, which comes with a raw aluminum looking back, kind of like the way the Macs look, and you get the black one, which has a slate anodized aluminum back, which I thought was kind of different. It has the two-tone kind of first generation iPhone look on the back, which I like. And I'm really glad they did not make it any wider, because it's perfect within the hand to use it with one hand to do whatever you got to do with your apps. So, and obviously the new phone is compatible with all the older apps. It just, since the older phones were not wide, it just letterboxes the app and you can use it how it was before. So, the iPods are available today. You can go get the iPod Touch, iPod Nano, or the new iPod Shuffle today, which is nice. The iPhone, the pre-order is for the 12th, or no, my bad, today's the 12th. For the 14th, they release on the 21st at 8 a.m., which is very nice. So if you want this new iPhone, September 14th will be the day. I'm guessing at midnight. And the 4S and the iPhone 4 are now cheaper. You can get the 4S for $99. You can get the iPhone 4 for free on contract. And the 3GS was officially killed off. You can get that Lightning to 30-pin adapter in the store today. And the new Apple EarPods today. So if you want to go out and buy Apple-branded headphones that don't come with your device, go ahead. I don't know what the significance of them are. But if you buy any of the new devices, of course, they will come with your new device. So that's pretty much the breakdown. Oh, iTunes comes out in October, and iOS 6 comes out September 19th, so a week from today. So if you have any of the old Apple devices, older, it'll be a great upgrade for you. So that is the recap of the September 12th, 2012 Apple Keynote, and I thank you for watching.